What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, SIMPLEFX, with another YouTube. Basically, this video is going to be about my Forex journey, how I got to where I am, how I started with Forex, and what I had to go through to get to where I am now. I started Forex about 2 years ago, roughly, and I started with what I had heard about Forex back in 2016. Now we're in 2020. So back in 2016, 2017, I had heard about it from a friend of mine who I used to do business with. And he had, the way he had explained it to me, it sounded interesting, but I had never heard of Forex before at the time. So I wasn't very educated on what it was. All he kind of put it as is a way to, make money, and it was easy, and, you punch in a couple of numbers on your phone, blase, and that's it. So I was interested, obviously, at first, but then he kind of pushed it on to me that I needed a lot of money to start it, like something like $5,000, something like that. And at the time, I didn't have that. So I just said to put it to the side, like, all right, I don't have that money right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. So fast forward about like maybe a year, 2 years later, a coworker of mine introduced Forex to me again, and come to find out, it was the same company that my other friend was telling me about. I just didn't remember the name, and it turned out to be IML, okay. And he pretty much pitched it to me kind of the same way. It's easy, just put a couple of numbers in your phone, and you make money, and you talk a couple people about it, you share the word, people sign up under you, blase. So the sign up part really turned me off of the business, because I don't like recruiting people. I don't like signing up people for stuff. I'm not really into that kind of thing. But I did want to learn the trading part about it. I was interested in that aspect of the business. So it took me a couple months to finally warm up to him about it. And then I went ahead and did it. And I was immediately frustrated with the whole process from the start, because even though they made it sound like it was easy, and all I had to do was copy and paste signals into your phone, I didn't even know how to use the signal service. I didn't know how to use MetaTrader 4, or I didn't know what a broker was, or how to use a broker, how to sign up for a broker. I didn't know anything. They pretty much held my hand through everything that I had to do, but these are things that I just wasn't aware of. But what I was more interested in was learning how to trade. I said, okay, copying signals is fine. You can make money while you learn. Earn while you learn is what they called it. Fine. But I did not want to rely on that. I wanted to rely on myself. I wanted to say, okay, if that person can look at a chart and call a trade, I should be able to do the same thing. I wanted to learn how to do that myself. And I felt like they weren't doing that. They were purposely holding shit back and not telling you everything you needed to know about how to trade on purpose, because they wanted to keep you handicapped, so you had to depend on them. So I had to pay, I think it was like $200 or $250, something like that, to sign up with them. And then it was like $160 a month that you had to pay, like a membership fee with them. And in order to get rid of that payment, you had to tell 2 other people and have them sign up, and then you would be free, which meant you had to recruit people. And I wasn't about recruiting anybody, because I'm not about to share something with somebody that I don't even know works yet. I wasn't confident about it. I didn't make a single dollar in it yet. So I wasn't about to go out and tell my friends and family about something that I wasn't even sure even worked. So that was tough for me, because I wasn't recruiting. I wasn't really telling anybody about it. I was just studying. I wanted to study and learn. And I felt like, Forex was difficult. It was hard. I did some research on my own. I YouTubed some things, and I said, man, this is not a joke. This is some difficult things you have to learn here. And I knew I probably couldn't do it on my own. I needed a mentor. I needed somebody to kind of be there with me and to show me step by step how to read a chart, how to execute a trade, how to even form a trade idea, what to look for, all the tools that I needed to actually learn how to trade. And a lot of that they didn't give you, a lot of that they did. With IML, they had a lot of Zoom calls. They had a lot of apps and stuff that you had to pay for and buy. the people would they had all these group chats going on where everybody was in a group chat, and you would join a group chat one day, and like the same day you would see a message that was like, oh, I just caught 40 pips on this move, or I just caught 100 pips on this move. Did anybody catch that? Like, obviously not, because we just started. We don't even know what we're doing yet. So it kind of felt a little like bullyish in a way, like flexing in a way, because it was almost like they were pushing at you how well other people were doing, how well other people were understanding the business and what to do, when in reality it was bullshit. It wasn't any of that. Majority of the people that were there weren't even real traders. They were just making money off recruiting, ranking up in their company and stuff like that. And to me, IML would be a perfect business model if it actually encompassed trading. If they actually taught legit how to trade and combine that with the recruiting aspect of it, it would be foolproof. But they focus mostly on recruiting and marketing and getting you to just sign people up, sell people a dream that Forex is easy and you don't have to learn how to trade. You don't need that. We do all the work for you. All you got to do is bring the people on board and we'll take care of the rest. And your retention rate is going to be low. Your turnover rate is going to be high because people aren't learning how to trade and people are losing money. I think I made money one time, and it was a trade signal that they called one night in one of our chat groups. And I was up like $100, and whatever the TP was on the trade didn't work out because it reversed on me, and I ended up losing like $200. My first live account I started with them was like $500, and I wasn't even on demo long because I was like, I just wanted to make money. I didn't care about anything. I just wanted to make money, so I went live immediately, and I lost money right away. So I kind of lost a little bit of faith in the company. I stayed in the company about 4 or 5 months. And that's about 4 or 5 months longer than I wanted to stay. I just didn't stick. I didn't leave sooner than I wanted to because the person that signed me up was like a close friend of mine at the time, and I was kind of afraid to tell him like, yo, I don't want to do this shit anymore. It's crap. I'm not making any money. I'm not learning anything. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go on my own and do my own thing. And then and so that's what happened with that. And the thing about IML that I really don't like, and what makes I despise that company, is because they make people think that you need them to trade. And when I say need, I mean meaning you cannot be an independent trader where you have to go through them to trade in the Forex market. And that is so far from the truth. You don't need them at all. They just took an excellent business or investment opportunity, which is Forex, and turned it into a damn MLM. That's what they did. They just took it, slapped an MLM sticker on it, and told people to go out there and sell this dream. And that's what I really didn't like, because when I left the company, I did not know that you could trade on your own. I thought you had to go through them to trade. And I was paying $200 or $160 a month to continue with them, to try to stick it out, to learn as much as I could so that I can trade. And you weren't earning while you were learning. You were losing while you were learning, if you were learning anything at all. So that's my story with that. So anyway, I left the company, and I was scrolling through Instagram one day, and a friend of mine he wasn't even a friend of mine at the time, but he was a guy that I had known from my gym that I followed, and he was posting profits from him trading. And I saw that and I was like, yo, man, don't fall for it. It's a scam. They're going to take your money. It's not real, blah, 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 blah. And then he messaged me back like, what are you talking about? Oh, what do you mean this is a scam? What do you mean? I said, that company, they're a scam. They're a scam. Like, I was with them. I didn't learn anything. I lost my money. It's crap. Don't fall for it. And he goes, IML? He knew what I was talking about. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, man, leave that company. Don't trade with them. They're a scam. They don't teach you how to trade. You need to trade on your own. And I said, well, how are you trading if you're not with them? And he's like, what do you mean? I trade on my own. I said, what do you mean you trade on your own? He said, yeah, I trade on my own. I don't trade with them. You can trade by yourself. You don't need them to trade. And it just blew my mind. I was like, yeah, I got to meet you. We got to talk. We got to link up because I want to know what you're talking about. And I met up with him, and everything changed for me after that. After that, I said to myself, you know what? I want to try this out. I want to see what it's about. What do I have to do? What do I have to do? And he told me, he gave me every step I had to take in terms of buying a course. He was on his way to doing well with it. So he took it upon himself to take me under his wing and teach me almost everything I know now. And I'm grateful for that. I'm so grateful for it because it changed my life after that, completely changed my life after that. So, with IML, like I said, it would be a good business model if they actually taught you how to trade. If they did not lie to people about the reality of Forex, because Forex is not easy. Forex is not point and click. Forex is not copy and paste at all. It is very, very difficult. It takes months and months and months and months for people to learn how to trade. And that's another reason why IML, that business model, could never really work. Because if you're charging people to sign up and you're charging them monthly, or you're telling them to recruit other people, and if your signals are not hitting and the people are not making money, they're not going to stay. They're not going to stay because you lied and you told them, yeah, they can make money overnight, easy peasy, 1, 2, 3, when that's not the reality of it. You're relying on somebody else calling signals. You're relying on an app calling signals or indicators. These things lag. Some of them don't work at all. If you don't know how to use them properly, they won't work. Even if they could work, they won't because you don't know how to use it properly. So it's kind of like they're misleading people and selling people a dream of something that's not true. Not telling people that it's so easy to do Forex, all you got to do is sign up, point and click, is a complete and total lie. It doesn't work that way. It took me 2 years to get to where I am from today, and it was a tough and hard journey. Like, I literally had my heart ripped out of my chest 100 times, stomped on, set on fire, drug under the bus, everything with Forex because that's how difficult it is. And people who don't have the mental fortitude, people who don't have the willpower, and people who don't realize what they're getting into with it are the ones that end up usually quitting. And then it leaves a bad taste in their mouth in terms of what Forex really is, because this company gave them a jacked up image of what it is. So that's why I don't like IML. I don't condone the people that push it and preach it and tell people that it's easy, it's this, it's that. It's not. It's not. For you to maintain that business model, for people to sign up, pay every month, and learn at the same time, it's almost impossible for the average person, because the average person has to pay $160 a month to learn and learn and learn and learn. And there's so much you have to learn. There's so much you have to do. And there's other things you have to pay for. Forex is not a cheap skill to acquire. It's very expensive to acquire. And even then, even if you blow your whole savings account or you throw a ton of money at it, doesn't mean you're going to be successful at it just because you're able to afford to learn how to do it. It's about you and your work ethic and how badly you want to learn how to trade and you want to be good at it. Because you can know how to trade and still lose. There is a such thing as knowing how to trade but losing. You just have certain, tendencies or bad habits or things that you choose not to follow, certain rules that you have to follow, and you just choose not to follow them. So you would be a good trader if you followed certain things like, over leveraging, risk management, things like that. Those are two of the biggest killers when it comes to traders becoming successful. That's that one hurdle that everybody has to jump over. So I don't like that whole facade that they put out that Forex is easy and it's simple. And I get a lot of people in my inbox asking me, hey, Charlene, were you with IML? Are you with IML? People that are in IML actually messaging me, asking me for help. I tell everybody, listen, I'm not going to tell you what your experience is going to be like because everybody has a different experience with different things. But I'm going to tell you what my experience was and how I feel about it. And I'm going to give you my advice. Okay? I took it upon myself to learn on my own. I became self-sufficient, and now I am where I am. Okay? Learning how to trade Forex takes months, years even. I have a student of mine now who told me he's been trading for 7 years trying to get it. 7 years trying to understand Forex, which is a lifetime when it comes to learning Forex. Okay? With Forex, if you're not grasping the concept of it within the first 6 months, then it's probably not for you. It really isn't. It's probably not for you. You can still stick it through and push through, but majority of the people that are out there, if after 6 months you're not understanding how to read a chart, how to do a breakdown, how to understand the terminology, then you know what? Unfortunately, it may not be for you. So I tell everybody that. If you're interested in it, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to just push my course onto you and tell you, hey, just do this and you'll be successful. No. It's about the individual and how much study time, chart time they put into it. It takes a lot of study time to learn what you're doing. You got to study properly. You got to study the right way. There are several strategies. There are several methods. There's fundamentals. There's technical analysis. There's so many moving parts, so many variables that come into play with it. And even then, you're still learning. Every single day you're learning. Right now, I am at the brink of being a 6-figure earner with my trading, and I'm still learning every single day. So the day you stop learning is the day you stop becoming profitable, because the market changes all the time. Market conditions are always moving. We're in a pandemic now with coronavirus now. That affected the markets some kind of way. The markets were not moving the same way now as they were a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Forex market is a $6.2 trillion market. It's bigger than the stock market. So there's a lot of money flowing in there. There's a lot of market makers in there. There's a lot of people that are involved in the foreign currency market. So it's a lot of moving parts that causes the market to move the way it does. And once you understand that, then you're able to adapt. And if you cannot adapt, then you will not be a good trader, because you have to adapt to the way the market moves. The market doesn't move to the beat of your drum. It moves to the beat of its own drum. So you have to adapt, and you have to trade with what you see and understand what you see on top of that. You could see something but not understand it. So it's more about understanding what you're looking at and being able to apply certain steps and certain fundamentals and certain techniques to get you to understand what exactly you're doing and how to execute the proper trade idea that you have. Okay, so for those of you that are out there that are thinking about going to IML, I'm not going to tell you to join or not to join. I'm going to tell you that if you want to be a self-sufficient trader and learn how to trade on your own, learn how to read charts, learn how to do a breakdown, learn how to come up with your own trade ideas, not have to depend on an app or an indicator or some random person in some other place that you've never met before telling you, hey, buy and sell over here, then I would say do not join IML. Do not join any Forex company that's based around an MLM. Don't join anything Forex that's telling you to recruit people. It takes too long to learn. By the time you become profitable, you're not going to want to recruit anybody after that. You're going to be so focused on your studies and trying to learn, you're not going to be thinking about recruiting your brother, your sister, your cousin, your best friend, your neighbor, your teacher, nothing. Nobody. You're going to be focused on your charts, and that's it. That is it. If you think for 1 second that it's going to be simple and easy and you can just take signals, then go right ahead. That's on you. Are there good signal servers out there? Yeah, there are. Do people message me asking me about a signal service? Yeah, they do. But I don't believe in signal services because I feel like they handicap people. They handicap you. They keep you self-sufficient on them, or they prevent you from being self-sufficient, and they keep you dependent on them to tell you whether or not you're going to make money that day. And if you don't understand the markets, even taking signals will hurt you, because there's a certain level of risk management that you have to apply even with taking signals. And if you're not educated in that field, then you're going to over leverage. You're going to think you're going to make $1 million overnight. And if you don't, you're going to be like, oh, this crap sucks. It doesn't work. It's a scam. It's this, is that. All because you're ignorant of the true facts of how the Forex market actually works and what you need to do to be successful at it. So that's my rant for today. Don't do IML if you want to be self-sufficient. If you don't, and you don't care, you want to take signals, good luck with that. The signals never really works for me. But if you want to be self-sufficient, if you want to be successful at Forex, study online, go to Baby Pips, look up some videos on YouTube like this one. Find yourself a mentor, or find yourself a really good course that maybe some other people have recommended. I'm not going to push mine because I don't care if people buy my course or not. But find yourself a good course. Find out what kind of trader you are or you want to be. You know, to me, I feel like if you are a patient person, you can be a swing trader. You can be an intraday trader, because trades like that take time. You can be in a trade for hours, days, weeks at a time. But if you're not, and you just kind of want to be in and out of the market, make your money and get out, then scalping will be best for you. So what you want to do is you find a course or you find a mentor that trades that type of style, and then learn that type of style of trading. Learn from them, because the people that are selling courses and are mentors, some of them are crap. Some of them are BS, honestly. But some of them aren't. And they're telling you exactly what you need to know. And they're shortening the learning curve for you, because the less mistakes you make, the better you'll be later on. It'll save you a lot of time and a lot of money. from going down that route. Now, you will make mistakes, you will lose money. It's just a part of the journey. You will blow accounts. You will probably bounce from course to course, mentor to mentor, because you got to find a mentor that meets your style, that teaches in an understandable way. You know, everybody's different. Everybody learns differently. So you might have a mentor that does trade your style, but his teaching style is not conducive to the way that you learn. So you kind of have to find the right fit for you when it comes to trading, if trading is what you want to do. Now, if you do want to do trading, what kind of trading do you want to do? Because there is Forex, there are options, there are bonds, there are stocks. There's a whole array of trading that's out there that some people don't even know about. So once you find out what kind of trader you want to be, find out what you actually want to trade, and then find the right person that meets your needs when it comes to teaching you how to trade. Okay, but going the MLM route, to me, I was never a big fan of recruiting people and you know, all of that. It's so hard. You have to keep people motivated. You have to constantly recruit, constantly market. It's stressful as hell, and it's not a sustainable income. It's not a sustainable way to maintain a really decent income. With Forex, you can make money in a day and be done for the whole week, or the whole month even. So it's so much easier. You know, it's just you, a computer screen, your phone, and your brain telling you what to do based off what you've already learned. All right, so that is my video for today. That is how I feel about Forex. That is how I feel about MLMs dealing in Forex. And so if you guys are interested, I've dropped my Instagram below. I have a free Telegram group below. I have a course dropping next week. If you're watching this video on the 8th of August, or the 7th of August, actually, I have my course is dropping in a week. My free Telegram group. I got my Facebook group that I already started for my students. If you're interested, all the information will be linked down below in the video. Please like the video if you liked it, if you found it informational, if it helped you out in any kind of way. Please let me know. I always interact with my viewers and my followers. Appreciate you guys for taking the time out to watch this video, and I will see you guys on the next trade.